everyone, welcome to my Flosstube channel, Thread the Needle. My name is Vani and I'm in Newfoundland, Canada. So if this is your first time or you haven't been here very often, welcome. This is a channel where I talk about my love of full coverage cross stitch. And if you have been here before and you keep returning, I can't thank you enough. I love having you all here. So this last couple of weeks has been a little hectic and out of the norm for me when it comes to my stitching because I decided to do my version of the March brackets that are happening in the stitching world and in the sports world. But it has been fun, but it's been interesting, shall we say. So I just wanted to give you a little recap of how the brackets are going. So I selected 8 projects to begin my bracket with, and for the first 8 days of March, every day I stitched on a different project. Then day 1 and day 2 were up for vote to see which one would move forward, and then day 3 and 4 were put together to see which one would move forward, and so on and so forth. So let's quickly go through the brackets. First up was day 1 was Avarice, Mini Avarice, and I was able to put in a few stitches in there. And then I think I already went through most of them in the previous video, so I'll just quickly recap. Avarice against Sapphire, and Sapphire won, so this no longer is in the bracket at all. Okay, this one moves on to the next bracket. Then the next pairing was Enchanted Garden. I should probably open up her a little bit more because she's so lovely. Enchanted Garden up against Little Dreamer's Tree. And the winner was Little Dreamer's Tree. So this one gets put away. Then we had the Sleepy Owl up against Tiger Dreams. This way? Yes. Nope. This way. Tiger Dreams. And the winner was the owl. Okay. And then the last pairing, which I think I was just getting to during the last video, was the Peacock. So I'll show you how that came along before I show you what it was up against. So here's the Peacock, and as you can see, I was able to really get this little bit filled up really nicely, and it's coming along very nicely. I have found out that while I have to stitch on 28 count for many of my larger projects because otherwise they would end up being ginormous, I don't enjoy it. I really don't. And that's why I'm always looking forward to when in my rotation an 18 count comes up, because it's the best. 18 and 22. 22 is probably my second favorite, but 18 is definitely my favorite. Anyway, so it's always a challenge to get in the right mood and headspace to be stitching with one strand of floss and over one on a smaller count or higher count like 28 count, but it is what it is. The Peacock I put up against a new start. So this new start was in honor of my stitching friend, Leanne. She is over on Small Town Stitches. Go check her out on Flosstube and Instagram. Her birthday falls on March 16th, which is the same as my son's. And so I decided to start a new project for her. It's a birthday project. And that's, I mean, I don't need an excuse to start a new project. You just tell me to and I will. So the project that I decided was a tile project ottoman tiles that you can find on Etsy. And this is the start that I made on it. I think it's going to be so much fun to stitch on this one. I'm doing it on 22 count, so it's going to be lots of fun. Isn't that a fun design? And then once the colors get filled in, it's going to be so much fun. I really actually enjoyed this one. So these two were up against each other and the peacock won. So the peacock stays, that one goes away for the time being. Okay, so now in the next bracket, from 8, we are down to 4 projects. So the first pairing was Sapphire against the Little Dreamer's Tree. Okay, so Sapphire lost, sadly. It does not move forward, so I'm going to show you how much I got done on Sapphire. It's really nice. I mean, really love that. I don't know if the lighting is proper, but I was able to fill in this diagonal here, fill in around her face with her hair, and then just a little bit of background left, and then I'm starting on her neck. She's such a joy to stitch on. I really thoroughly enjoy working on this one. It's so much fun. Yeah, I really enjoy this one. So I can't wait for it to come around in rotation again. My rotation will start again in April. God, I can't believe we're in April now, almost. End of March, then it's fourth month of the year. We're already there. Okay, so Sapphire is done for now. Then, of course, the second pairing was the peacock, this time with the owl. So the peacock lost, so I get to show you again how far I got with it. So this is how far the peacock is, and I can't wait to get to the good stuff, all the feathers and stuff that are going to be here. That's going to be so much fun. Now we got to our final bracket, so that means that between these two, the winner is decided. It was up against Little Dreamer's Tree and the owl. And who won? Little Dreamer's Tree. So now I can show you how far I got on my owl. It's been so exciting. This is, I love working on this project. It's so much fun. Very, very much confetti filled. However, so worth it. Like, would you even get that detail if it wasn't confetti filled? Like, there's like individual feathers and just, it's just a lot, but I love it. I love it. Just look at it. And it will stay in my rotation, and when it comes around next, I can't wait to stitch on it. So the winner of the bracket and the one that I get to stitch on for the rest of the month is Little Dreamer's Tree. So it's coming along really nicely. I finally have a pop of green in there. I got to look at the picture to kind of really pick out what it is, but I'm just going to pop open the top of the pattern so we can see how much is actually done. So when you see it all together like that, oh, it's just, I love it. I just love it. I can't wait to see what it is. I'm really enjoying working in the diagonals because it fits in this frame that I have. And so this frame I actually joined 2 different frames together to get the rectangle shape, but it's so much fun. And this is the remainder of a cross-country challenge that I had, so I'm now continuing on the diagonal, and I just love this one. So I'm glad that I get to stitch on it until the end of the month, and along with it I am trying to stitch on my anniversary piece. It's slow going. Like I said, I find it very difficult when it comes around to stitching on a higher count, which my anniversary piece is, but I'm still looking forward to it. And because I really want to get some progress on it, and I think if I put more pressure on myself, I'm just not going to enjoy it. So it is what it is. If it doesn't get done in time for the anniversary, that's fine. I'll just give him what I have. If it doesn't get framed in time, but stitched in time, that's fine. We'll frame it later. So I'm not going to put pressure on myself because I feel like that is stressing me out. And so I'm like, I'm just going to stitch it when I want, when I can, and when I feel good about it. So that's the plan for that one. I enjoyed the March bracket matchups, and I enjoyed following along with the votes and seeing which ones you all preferred or which ones you would like to see move forward. Sometimes it was probably not the one that I would have picked, which is really interesting and always fun to see. But I am very much looking forward to getting back to my routine. So out comes the little baggie of names, and I pull one out of that bag to see what I'm going to stitch on. And that way each one gets into rotation. In the meantime, I will continue to stitch on Little Dreamer's Tree, Mini Little Dreamer's Tree. And last week I filmed a little how-to video on some tips and tricks from me based on my experience as a full coverage stitcher. And again, it was filled with things that I learned along the years. So it's not maybe how everyone would do things, but it's how I do things. And I thought I'd just share that to the viewers out there if anyone was interested. And I have been also asked to do a companion video with that one so that people could see a project in a Stitch With Me method from start to finish, to see how my methodology works when I'm deciding what stitch to do next, what symbol to do next, how I do it. So I'm debating on that one, because I did have another project that I was using for my Stitch With Me videos, which was the Moose Crossing, Mini Moose Crossing. And but it makes sense that people would want to see it from the very beginning, from the very first stitch. So maybe Moose Crossing will just go back into my rotation, and I'll find another small to use as my Stitch With Me from the beginning. So so again, maybe that means a new start. How many is that projects I'll have on the go? Shh, no one has to know. But it has been so much fun. These videos are short, but I pack a lot into them, so I hope you enjoy them. And we will be getting back to our regularly scheduled Flosstube plain old stitching in 2 weeks' time. March bracket matchup was lots of fun, but I really look forward to getting back to being able to stitch on all the projects. Everyone gets their turn that way, right? That's what I like. So thank you so much for joining me here today. It has been wonderful. I hope everyone has lots of stitching time, and I can't wait to see you all again next time. Bye.